Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new Doctor Who DVD review. Before we start this video guys, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and you click the bell for more notifications every time I upload a brand new video. So today I'm going to be taking a look at the DVD release of The Faceless Ones. It's the most recent animation which has been done by BBC Studios of another lost classic, and this follows on from last year's release of the Macra Terror, which I reviewed back then, so if you haven't checked that review out then I highly recommend that you check that out as well. But for now, let's take a look at this particular release, and I've got quite a bit to say about it, so let's get on with it. Starting off with looking at this cover art. There's two variants of the cover art which I shall cover in this video. Here is the sort of new variant with the new series logo, which is being currently used in the Jodie Whittaker era, and you have this nice little style of logo with the Faceless Ones. Sort of makes it look like a bit of a movie poster. A similar sort of thing was going on with the Macra Terror DVD last year, so I suppose it sort of makes it a little bit uniform with that release, with the new Doctor Who logo and all of that. It sort of keeps in with the theme of the Blu-ray collections as well, seeing as all of those are using the current Doctor Who logo as well. At the centre of this cover you have one of the Faceless Ones, you have the runway at the bottom, and you have Patrick Troughton there as the second Doctor animated. I've got to say the DVD cover overall is alright. I wouldn't say it's the best in the world, but at the end of the day it does its job of selling this particular release for me. This DVD set is a PG and it is 3 discs long, and I'll just give you a quick look at the spine. That's what it looks like. So it would look uniform with the Macra Terror if you want to display it like that with the sleeves on. And there's just a quick look at what the back looks like with all the synopsis and all the special features and whatnot. But because I'm a purist, we're going to take a look the old-fashioned way. And if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, I'm sure you all know what I'm on about. And here's something I did earlier, proper Blues Peter style, right? And I swapped the cover around. It's got reversible covers for those of you who are wondering. So here we have the old-fashioned way with the old classic Doctor Who logo with the BBC DVD and the TARDIS roundels on the top half. You still have that same image, or most of that same image, what you saw just on the slipcase there. The tower on the runway is swapped around, which I think is quite interesting, and again it says PG, and at the bottom there it tells you it's the Patrick Troughton years, 1966 to 69. Take a look at the spine, gives you a little look at the runway, very nice. And here at the back you have the same images at the top as you see on the slipcase as well, and here we have our long synopsis about the Faceless Ones. So I'll just give you a look at that, and it just tells you most of the BBC's original 1967 master recordings for the Faceless Ones were lost soon after the programme was originally transmitted. However, audio-only recordings have survived and have been used here to create a brand new fully animated reconstruction of this lost classic. So, in other words, it basically does what other releases do, like The Power of the Daleks and, as I mentioned before, the Macra Terror. And here you got a rundown of special features. So we have colour animation of all the episodes, which I think is good. We also have the black and white option for proper old school fans like myself, and we have the original episodes 1 and 3 which were originally on the Lost in Time set, but it's good that they've included this as well. You can have the option to watch the whole story with the original episodes as well, which I think is good. Sort of reminds me of all the other DVD releases which have the odd animated episode like The 10th Planet or The Moon Base or The Reign of Terror or The Invasion. You know, I can go on. We have telesnap reconstructions of the missing episodes with production subtitles. We have commentaries for animated episodes 4, 5 and 6, plus original episodes 1 and 3. We have face-to-face with the Faceless Ones, which is a making of, stock footage from original production, surviving film fragments, and we have the trailer for the upcoming DVD release of Fury from the Deep. Stay tuned for that DVD review. There it just tells you that it was written by David Ellis and Malcolm Hulke, directed by Anne-Marie Walsh and Jerry Hill, or Mill I should say, produced by Innes Lloyd and Paul Hembury, and it just tells you here, starring Patrick Troughton, Anneke Wills, Frazer Hines, Pauline Collins, Michael Craze, Colin Gordon, Wanda Thenton, Bernard Kay, Donald Pickering, Christopher Tranchell and Victor Winding. And here it just tells you all the other info, and it's 143 minutes long in terms of runtime. Inside here we've got a little bit of a messy thing going on here, I must admit. I don't like how the booklet is now a bit smaller. I did prefer it when they were bigger, just like most of the other classic DVDs which have been released over the last 20 or so years. But for what it's worth, it is a nice booklet, and it gives you a bit of a rundown on all of the production on this particular animation, behind the scenes info, gives you a look at all the character models which were used for this, which is really good. And I gotta say it, I think it's pretty damn good in colour. I didn't think much about it in colour, but actually, yeah, they didn't really have to do it in colour. They could have just done black and white. Here's an advertisement for Doctor Who: The Edge of Time. Useless information to me because I don't have any VR systems or any sort of thing like that. I'll just put this back in here. Here you have your 3 discs, so this one, black and white animated episodes, plus a little bit of bonus content. You can watch your original transmitted episodes in there as well if you want to. And you have colour animated episodes, plus bonus content, and this 3, which is just dedicated to bonus content. And that is more or less, in a nutshell, what you get with this release. So there's quite a lot packaged into this DVD release. Would I say it's worth it? Most definitely. It's 6 episodes long. They went to the effort of animating this in colour as well as black and white, which I think is something that they didn't really need to do. They could have just done it in black and white, like most of the other ones that have been done through the years. And the fact that they've done all 6 episodes as well, because of this entire story, there's only 4 of the episodes which are missing. 2 of them have survived. So I think it's good that they decided to animate the whole thing. Would have been a bit extra effort for the animators, but I've got to give them credit, they did it, and I've got to say that they did a good job. I would say that the animation, it may be the best, or probably the second best, because I do say that the animation for the Macra Terror, which came out last year, was really, really good, and I was utterly impressed with that particular release. But nevertheless, that's not a downgrade at all on this release. I think that once again a good job was done, and from what I've seen of the upcoming release of Fury from the Deep, that looks extraordinary as well, and I shall be looking forward to getting my hands on that when it comes out later on this year. As a story, I think that the Faceless Ones is alright. I think it's a one story you can put on one afternoon and just let the afternoon go by, watch all these episodes. It's good that you have multiple options to watch these episodes as well, with your original footage or in colour or in black and white animated. I do think that it's one of those six-parters where sometimes, in my case, you need to take a break from. There's some six-parters that have been done in Doctor Who which I think can just fly by when you watch it in one go. I mean, maybe some people will say that for this, but for me, as a story, I think it is good, but I think that it's not the best story in the world, but it's certainly one which does deserve the animated treatment, and I'm glad that we do have this in our collections. And now, if you look at the bigger picture, season 4 of classic Doctor Who, I think we only have about 3 stories altogether which need animating in some way. We have the Smugglers, which was the first story with William Hartnell, and you have the Highlanders, which was Troughton's second story after the Power of the Daleks, and you have the Evil of the Daleks. The most likely candidate of those to get released in the future must be the Evil of the Daleks. Not so sure about the other two, but definitely the Evil of the Daleks, and fingers crossed we get that in the next few years, because once again, when we do, or if we do, I will definitely be excited to get that and review that for all of you. So to wrap this up, I think this is a very, very good DVD release. Animation is excellent, and the story is quite a good story, especially if you are a Patrick Troughton fan. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more DVD reviews and other Doctor Who content on the channel, and bye for now.